Hey guys, what's up? Sack Daddy here with a new vlog. Today I'm going to be talking about some League Pro Scene stuff. If you're not into League and the Pro Scene, probably not going to be that too interesting of a video to you. But I still follow the League scene, and LCS, Worlds, all that stuff. Still pretty fun to me to kind of keep up with. I do enjoy the esports. I follow CS:GO as well. I do follow StarCraft 2 lightly, although StarCraft 2 is a little less organized and a little harder to kind of follow. But anyway, so recently, Jatt, he is a LCS analyst and caster, made a tweet saying, Balls, who is a top laner for C9, American team, he's struggling around Diamond 2 in the Korean solo queue ladder. And that's kind of shoddy for a pro player. Pro players should be master challenger players, and they shouldn't be struggling within Diamond 2. They should at least be high Diamond 1. And so Jatt said, Balls is struggling here. This is worrying for C9. And huge blowback from other pro players, basically saying, this is bullshit, solo queue doesn't matter, Balls will be fine, basically just disregarding facts that they know to be true, which is solo queue matters. It is a pretty good indicator of mechanical skill as well as some general game sense. And so this is a pretty big deal to a lot of people, mostly because when a pro is doing really great in solo queue, he'll get a lot of praise. But now that Balls isn't doing too great, and he kind of got called out, saying this is a worrying trend. If he doesn't pick up his act, it's just going to be bad. Even though that wasn't explicitly said, all that was said was it's a worrying trend for C9, which it is. Balls not being able to compete at the same level that he used to is definitely worrying for C9 in Worlds. They're not going to be able to do well. The Chinese, European, and Korean teams are going to absolutely capitalize on that and just abuse Balls because of it. There's definitely going to be some ball torture. So my opinion on this is kind of just my thoughts is, pros need to kind of nut up here and stop acting like little bitches about this situation, because Balls is underperforming. He's not performing at the level he needs to be completely competitive in League right now. Jatt is completely within his rights to be criticizing him in this. He's an analyst, right? Analysts look at information and they kind of gather information from it. Balls being in Diamond 2 for almost 200 games and struggling within it is the information he's analyzing. And the conclusion he gets from it is that's a worrying trend for C9, which is completely true. There shouldn't be any blowback from this. I'm not saying C9 shouldn't defend their top laner, their friend, but they need to kind of look at that and be like, wow, maybe we should, help Balls out, see what's going on with him. Is it a personal thing that's affecting his gameplay? He didn't play well the last split. He's not playing well solo queue here in Korea. What's going on? Are your mechanical skills just waning? Is there some underlying factors? There needs to be some kind of, analysis going on based on this information. And all that's really happening here, at least in the public eye, is just the other pro players are being dicks to Jatt for doing his job. And Jatt kind of took the coward's way out, in my opinion, and apologized for what he said when he really shouldn't have. He should have took a stand and said, what, fuckers, I'm an analyst. This is what I do. I look at the information that you give me, and I make, analyzations off of it. I analyze it. That's his job. That's what he does. And Jatt is honestly one of my favorite casters. He used to be a pro. He knows the game. He knows the scene. He knows, how it works, and he understands, like every pro understands, they're just not admitting it, that solo queue is important for a pro player in this game. If you cannot perform at a decent individual level, you're going to get absolutely destroyed by other teams. It's You know, it's a fact. People will say, you know, solo queue doesn't matter because it's all a team aspect. But when you look at the game for the first at least 20 minutes isn't really all that team-oriented. People stay in their lanes with some minimal roaming from mid and occasional ganks from junglers. So when you're looking at individual skill level, it matters severely. If you lose your lane phase, you're putting your team at a huge disadvantage, of which to make up for that, you have to have ridiculously good synergy within team fights. And when you're coming up against Chinese teams and Korean teams who are fantastic in team fights, have incredible game sense, know strategies to abuse you know, lesser coordinated teams, losing your lane phase, you've just about lost the game. You need to be able to stand up to those other laners, and with mechanical skill waning, you're not going to be able to. So, in my opinion, the pros need to buck up, need to kind of realize that what they're saying is absolutely ridiculous. They know it's not true. Solo queue matters immensely, and they need to stop being pussies. And Jatt needs to stop being a pussy. He needs to stand by his word. He needs to stand by what he said. He needs to understand that just because people are being bitches about it and standing by Ball's side, that he's not wrong. So, you know, that's kind of what's going on here. Really simple, pretty quick to go over. Balls is underperforming, and it's kind of a fact. He underperformed in the split. He underperformed in solo queue. It's worrying for Worlds. I'm not sure if we're going to see too much out of C9 going on unless Balls can pick up his act, and they can work on that. Especially since High is in a non-optimal position. The only thing they've really got going for them right now is High is an amazing shot caller who has extreme game sense and knowledge. So, you know, Balls, work on your mechanics. Jatt, stick to your guns, man. And other pros who are saying solo queue doesn't matter, shut the fuck up. You know it does matter. Everyone knows it matters. So stop being bitches about it. That's my opinion on what's going on right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the support. But as always, have a great day.